Okay, time to play time to play Blood Lily Ghost Stories. As usual, select English. Okay, what's the twist here? This should be in the new timeline, right? The new timeline where all three of them are in the same club. Okay. Please answer your name. Wait, you need my name? Oh shoot, it resized my screen! Hello, Bugfrag. Thank you for reading this story. Back to full screen mode. Yeah, when they have you enter your name, it takes you out of full screen back into windowed. Well, you can put it back to full screen right afterwards. Thank you for reading this story. The story, all names, characters, and incidents portrayed in this work are fictitious. Any similarities to actual persons, living or deceased, places, buildings, or products are entirely coincidental. Now let the tale begin. Why am I here? Sally took out her phone and turned on the flashlight. Who's there? I feel like someone or something is watching me. A zombie? Huh? Question mark. Who are you? Oh no, the evil eye! I can't move, so dizzy. That means even Shadow won't be able to save you. Which do you prefer, a blue choker or a red choker? There was a bizarre aura about the figure that forced Sally to answer. A blue choker. Now put one on you. The figure lunged at Sally, violently choking her with long nails that dug into her skin, turning her neck blue. No! The figure picked up Sally's cell phone, which had fallen to the ground. Gah, wheeze wheeze. Sally got murdered? Why would I have a dream like that? Yeah, that's not supposed to happen for a long time. Azura reached for her phone and saw it was 8 p.m. on April 3rd. Not an April Fool's joke. A message from Sally. Wiseman, what time is the gathering for Fatal Stories tonight? I guess even a punctual person like her can forget these things sometimes. 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. the next day. Do I have to memorize the exact time frame for a puzzle later or something? Got it. See you at the campus entrance. Looking forward to tonight's ghost stories. Something about Sally seems odd today. Oh no, you think she got... maybe that enemy that killed her replaced her somehow? Disguised or something? Maybe she's nervous too. We're all going to exchange scary stories tonight after all. Azura, full name Azura Wiseman, is president of the Lyserie University Occult Research Club. The other club members call her Wiseman. She loves stories of the supernatural ever since she was little, and had always wanted to have a ghost story gathering with her friends. Tonight, her wish will come true. But I'm still worried that we don't see Azura in later on in the timeline. I have to meet with Sally in a bit. I should get ready. Don't know if she's gonna survive this game. Okay. Look around and get ready to go out. Yeah, thing is, a lot of these endings... I think this game has 3 endings. Usually at least one of them will be the... it will seem kind of bittersweet, but it will still be relatively safer, and the other will seem happier, but actually results in more danger in the long run. Yes. Anyways, I better make a save, because otherwise I'd have to input my name again. HILLPOLLY Daily Occult Column. A new urban legend, Nightmare on Lilium Street. Recently, the same nightmare has plagued multiple young women on Lilium Street in Lyserie City. They find themselves in a dark alley or room, where they are attacked by a female ghost with sharp nails and a distinctive choker. Is this just mass hysteria or something more sinister? Isn't this exactly like the dream I had? Someone who can attack your dreams. Is this Nia? But this is HILLPOLLY, not Lyserie. Some little bottles with fingernails in them. Wait, what? That sounds like Kira. Oh no, are you a serial killer? Azura pulled up her sleeves and looked at her fingertips. My nails, they've been growing pretty quickly lately. I'm about to fill another bottle. Yeah, this is literally just a Jojo reference. What? So she was a serial killer all along? Every other person in this game is a serial killer. Eventually, they themselves get serial killed. A photo of two college girls. Two are wearing matching chokers. One blue, the other red. They look like they are very close. Azura found this photo in her parents' closet while she was cleaning out their room the other week. She stared at the girl with the blue choker. Who is this, though? Why does she look so familiar? What? So, does that mean your parents are involved in this somehow? Azura opened a document entitled Imaginary Friend. This is a ghost story Azura plans on telling tonight. At the gathering for failed stories, she, Sally, and new club member Lily will take turns telling one story each. Okay, got memorized. Her mother looks extremely careworn. For as long as Azura could remember, her mother had always been that way. Mom, I'm going out tonight. Why do you always go out at night these days? Do I? She must be fantasizing again. I'm just going to spend the night out with some friends. Lyserie Occult Club channel, 1.7k subscribers. Review, the Duke Zo's interpretation of dreams, 30 views. Stream tests Mad Mother, the horror RPG masterpiece, 158 views. I hope more people will watch our channel. I'm ready to go. Azura. Huh? It's so late. Do you really think it's wise to go? If you keep going out at night like this, you'll run into a ghost sooner or later. How are you not afraid? So the whole family is into a cult, huh? She gets so anxious whenever it comes to ghosts. The figure picked up Sally's cell phone, which had fallen to the ground. Well, he did have that disturbing dream. Should I actually be concerned? Oh no, it's a dead end already? Cancel a gathering. Hold it as planned. Okay, what if I say cancel a gathering? I'm pretty sure this is the dead end option. I cancel. I feel awful doing this to Sally and Lily, but... Azura contacted both to apologize and cancel a gathering. So what ending does this get me? After that, more women fell victims to the nightmare on Lilium Street, with reports of actual fatalities. Some had their throats slit with sharp nails, while others were choked to death. Azura did feel sorry for them, but also glad that she had not gone out that night. Otherwise, she might have become one of the victims herself. Huh? Wait, is that it? I definitely went to sleep in my bed last night. Why did I keep waking up on the sofa? Wait. Azura pulled up her sleeves and stared at her fingertips. My nails, they grew again. Oh, don't tell me Azura's actually the culprit. Oh no. She's... no. Whatever, let's clip them. Oh no, Azura started to trim her nails. It had become something of a laid-back everyday routine. As long as she didn't go out that night. She would never fall victim to the female ghost. Because you are that ghost! A quiet life was all she wanted. Yeah, that sounds just like Kira. The happy ending. Azura Wiseman just wants to live quietly. Wow. Is this a red herring? Is she really the culprit? Or is it her mom or something? I don't know. Like, why did her mom... does her mom know? If that's the case, why isn't her mom stopping her? Is her mom just like Kira's father, who's kind of who just kind of goes along with his plans? Man, I knew that would lead to a bad ending, but But in the end, trying to keep her from going out didn't solve a thing, did it? Hold this plan. I don't have a choice if I want to see their endings. Got it. See you at the campus entrance. Looking forward to tonight's ghost stories. Mom, our club's having a big event tonight. Exchanging ghost stories with friends has been my dream for a really long time. You're so much like someone I know. I can see it's useless trying to stop you. Her mother took out a scented sachet and handed it to Azura. What's this? The sachet itself wards off evil. Keep it with you. Then if something abnormal actually happens, open it up. You'll find something useful inside. Sure. And remember to cherish your friends. Okay. She's making such a big deal out of this. Oh, man. Don't tell me I'm gonna have to play as the monster chasing after the victims. Azura called a cab and arrived at her university at 9:30. Sally's not here yet, huh? Huh? Why do I feel like someone's watching me? Out of nowhere, cold clammy fingers wrapped around Azura's throat from behind. What? Which do you prefer, a blue choker or a red choker? Is this Sally or Shadow? Ack, who? Is this a joke? Ta-da! It's me, Sally! I figured it was you. I thought my head was going to get torn off. She probably could if she got serious. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? This is Sarah Sally Sweet, a member of the Occult Club. She seems oblivious about boundaries and gets touchy-feely with her friends without realizing it. I'm actually a little nervous. Because we're going to tell scary stories. Not about that. I dozed off on the train on the way here and had a bad dream. You too. There was a woman wearing a blue choker. She asked me to choose a choker, and when I did, she strangled me. That's a creepy coincidence. I also had a dream where you were choked to death. Are you telling me the club president had a dream about a member getting murdered right before a gathering for fail stories? Is this a thing? A thing? What do you mean by that? Nothing. It's just kind of like the story I'm going to tell tonight. Anyway, let's go inside. We shouldn't keep Lily waiting. Azura and Sally arrived at the entrance of the club room. The door was unlocked. Someone had gotten there first. They opened the door and entered, and what they saw was... Sally Wiseman, good evening. It was Lily, who had joined the club not too long ago. A blue choker. Oh, Lily. Sally gave Lily a particularly tight hug. Sally, whatever is the matter? I had an awful nightmare. This is Lily and Lily. A new member Sally recruited to the club. We don't know much about her yet. Did you always wear a choker? Oh, this is from my story. I think wearing it will add a nice touch. Ah. It's now 10 p.m. on April 3rd. The plan is to tell stories until 4 a.m. sharp on April 4th. The 4th month. This is a scented statue that wards off evil. Apparently there's something useful inside in case something bad happens. Got it. Alright. Azura took a breath. Then let's get started with the gathering for fail stories. Record to diary. Wait, what? I have to make a choice? Story 1, Nightmare on Lilium Street. Are they all going to be the same story but told from different angles? Shall I go first? Very well. Have the two of you heard about the nightmare plaguing girls lately right here on Lilium Street? What, you both had the same dream? Oh my, how very relevant. Well, in the nightmare, a female ghost with a blue choker and sharp fingernails appears and chokes her victim to death. So it's no wonder that people call the ghost Miss Choker. They say once you hear about Miss Choker, she will appear in a dream. After that, you must tell someone else about her as soon as possible. Otherwise, you will actually meet her, and the nightmare will come true. In other words, the nightmare is a curse in itself that will come true if you don't pass it on. However, the further the curse spreads, the more it benefits a ghost. Because the ones who love it most when people tell ghost stories are the ghosts themselves. Have you ever felt as if someone was watching you when you were listening to a ghost story? This isn't just your imagination. When a ghost hears someone talking about it, it appears. And now we're telling ghost stories. Do you know what that means? Right, maybe right now, behind your back, there's a ghost watching you. What? You ask how I could possibly know this? Because my classmate experienced a curse firsthand. Hi, Lilian. In one of the lectures I attended, I met a classmate named Petra Siak. Siak, how should I phrase this? She always craved attention. So listen, you won't believe this. Yesterday, my boyfriend. Jeez, a coworker at my job did it again. She's always out to get me. At first, everyone listened, but she was constantly complaining and exaggerating her stories. As time went on, fewer and fewer people took her words seriously. One day, she was complaining about everything again, only to find no one was listening. She realized that they were busy talking about some ghost story. Hey, what's everyone talking about? Miss Koi Koi? Do you mean Miss Choker? It's a recent ghost story that's rather popular, but you're much better off not hearing it, or else. Oh, just tell me a story. I don't want to be the only one who doesn't know. She eventually pestered me into it. I told her that some of us had seen Miss Choker in our dreams. Only by spreading Miss Choker's story could we disperse the curse. So what's the deal with this ghost? Some say she was once a college-age girl who was infatuated with a handsome female schoolmate, and that her blue choker was a gift from that crush. But then she suffered from a broken heart and hanged herself. She became a ghost who targets and kills girls. Others say that she transforms into your friend to get close to you, so she can kill you. Okay. Now you have heard the story. It won't be long before Miss Choker appears in your dreams. She will ask you which choker you prefer, blue or red. If you answer blue, she will choke you to death, like the bruising on her neck like a blue choker. If you answer red, she will slit your throat with her sharp fingernails, the blood seeping out like a red choker. Whose grandma came up with that story? You don't believe Miss Choker is real? Only a little kid would be scared of a story like... Huh? Siek suddenly felt someone's eyes on her. She looked around anxiously and saw no one but me. But I knew the one who was watching was Miss Choker. Because a few days later, I had that nightmare too. I dreamt I met Miss Choker in a dark alley near our university. Oh dear. What do I do now? Tell her story to someone. The more people, the better, to disperse the curse. Right. Well, no one paid attention to Siek. They thought she was just making up a story again to seek pity. This is all your fault. Why do you have to tell me that story? You pressured me into telling you. But I thought you didn't believe in such things. Why are you suddenly so afraid after one nightmare? What do you mean? I know she doesn't exist. I never said I was scared. Is that so? Fine. I'll go to Ellie in my dream and see if she shows up. Oh no. I'll prove to everyone that Miss Choker doesn't exist. Oh no. What? That's a terrible idea. What if she actually appears and asks you to choose what color choker you want? She kills you or you answer blue or red. Whoever answers that is just an idiot. But she has the evil eye. What made Siek so adamant about assisting on verifying Miss Choker's existence? Maybe it was to deny her fears, but then again, perhaps she had a simpler motive. Jealous that everyone was talking about Miss Choker. Perhaps she thought it was worth the risk if it meant getting everyone's attention back. That night, Siek went to the alley from her dream with her boyfriend. She asked him to wait at the next alley over and come back to meet her at midnight. She figured if Miss Choker didn't show up by then, it must mean she didn't exist. She declared a misguided war on Miss Choker, making up the conditions of victory on her own. Hey babe, sorry to miss me? She kept messaging her boyfriend to kill the time. 10:30 went by, then 11, 11:30. It was almost 12. Suddenly a strange noise came from her phone, then she lost reception. Huh? The cry of the nighttime birds stopped abruptly, as if they had been spooked by something. This can't be happening. Siek felt those eyes on her again. They were piercing, as if someone had been staring at her for a long time. A figure suddenly stood beside Siek, possibly close. One had appeared, or had been there from the beginning. Who are you? With a blue choker and sharp fingernails, the answer was obvious. Which you prefer? A blue choker or a red choker? In that moment, countless thoughts floated through Siek's mind. Denial, frustration, where she could talk her way out. But she was too proud to admit she was terrified. No one wants her stupid choker. Siek regretted it the moment the words left her lips. After all, she had no idea how Miss Choker would react to an irrelevant answer. Hey, you're just like me. Huh? We're both afraid of being forgotten. What are you talking about? Miss Choker raised her hands and slowly stretched them towards Siek. Don't worry, I'll make sure everyone remembers you forever. After that, Siek never came to class again. I later got in touch with her boyfriend and learned that she had been hospitalized. When I told everyone she had gone to find Miss Choker, they were very worried and we arranged a hospital visit. Thank you all for coming. I suppose this isn't very nice, but with so much attention on Siek, when you agree she had her wish come true? Siek, we're here to see you. What's the matter? Miss Choker, you're Miss Choker. Stay away from me. Unfortunately, Siek was in such a state of confusion. She didn't even recognize who I was. Azura Wiseman. You've seen Miss Choker in your dreams too, have you not? Then you had best think about which choker to choose when she asks you where you want blue or red. After all, if you've given the relevant answer, your spirit will be taken away, just like what happened to Siek. But then, if that's the case, then why did Miss Choker use an evil eye technique in the dream, but not on Siek? That's kind of inconsistent. Something seems wrong. If Elsiak is true, how could Lily have known what happened that night? Or say she transforms into your friend to get close to you, so she can kill you. What am I thinking? This is the end of Siak's story. But Miss Choker's story is just beginning. Azura and Sally suddenly felt someone's eyes on them. Telling ghost stories attracts ghosts, because ghosts love getting attention from people. Perhaps Miss Choker is already here in this clubroom and is just starting to ask. Which do you prefer, a blue choker or a red choker? And there's the opening movie. But staying home apparently protects you from Miss Choker? I don't know. If 3 ghost stories are told, a real ghost will appear. Once you hear about Miss Choker, she'll appear in a dream. This is something I heard from a friend. Well, in Nightmare, a female ghost with a blue choker... Wow, this is getting fast. Oh wait, I already heard that. Imaginary friend? Wait, are they actually gonna solve this without consulting Bruce and Jade? Huh. Everyone in the room fell silent and Lily's question lingered in the air, unanswered. Before Azura or Sally had a chance to respond, all of a sudden Lily funked her head down on the table. Whew, that was exhausting. I don't usually talk like that. What? Well, did I make you feel chills? Hold on, so you only asked that question for the horror factor? Azura breathed a sigh of relief and asked Lily how she knew the details of that night. Poor Siak. Afterwards, any girl who looked like Miss Choker to her, but she still managed to talk with guys to some extent. It was her boyfriend who gathered what had happened out of her bit by bit. Oh, makes sense. I really thought you were Miss Choker earlier. Oh my, suppose I successfully set the mood for horror then. But Azura might be the real culprit. Seeing that Sally and Lily had started a chat, Azura glanced at her phone. The time was 11 PM on April 3rd. Let's take a break before starting the next story. I'm sorry for telling you the story of Miss Choker. I may very well have passed the curse on to you. It's fine, that's all part of being in the Occult Club. It must be really tough living in this town. You have to keep track of so many curses that are already cast on you. Even if you already know how to deal with the Miss Choker story, maybe something else is already happening right around the corner. Besides, you only did to disperse the curse on Siak, right? Thank you, Wiseman. Have you been following any online streams lately? Hi everyone, V-Streamer XX here. Today I'll be playing this horror game, Ghost Stories from School. I watch XX's quite a bit. I knew it. April 3rd to 4th, 2000X. Occult Club Journal, the X Gathering for Failed Stories. Dab Sog told by Need. An evil spirit that the Hmong believe in. It chokes people while they sleep. And said to be the cause of sudden nocturnal death. Red Cloak told by President Hyde. A phantom with a white mask and a blue cloak who asks, which cloak do you prefer, red or blue? If you answer red, you'll be stabbed to death, cloaking you in red blood. If you answer blue, you'll be choked to death, turning your body blue. Why are these all sound some of these sound kind of derivative? Fascinating. Miss Choker almost seems like a mix of these two stories. Yeah. 100 Tales told by Prince, a kind of Japanese ghost story gathering. It said that a real ghost will appear once the 100th story is told. The gathering for failed stories is a tribute to 100 Tales, but we only tell 3. We don't have that many members in the Occult Club. It's time. Let's start the next story. Okay. Gathering 4 failed stories. Oh, it's my turn. Before we get started, let me ask you a quick question. You watch streamers play horror games, right? Well, why do you? In my case, it's because some games are too scary to play by myself. But I still get really curious about how the stories go. And if I watch a stream of it, I don't get as scared. I love getting terrified of others via chat, always praying that the main character will survive. It makes me feel so connected to everyone. And I think that's similar to how people watch horror movies or listen to ghost stories together, you know? What I'm about to tell is a ghost story about listening to ghost stories together. It's about the Occult Club's annual event. Yes, that's right. Mine's about the gallery for failed stories. That's kind of recursive considering what we're doing now. The name's a bit of a mouthful, so let's just call it Fatal Stories. According to the Occult Club legend, if you tell ghost stories from the night of April 3rd to 4 a.m. on April 4th, and you finish telling these stories, free stories, a ghost will appear, and that becomes the 4th ghost story of that year's failed stories. Of course, the legend is just a legend. No ghost was actually summoned last year, nor in any year prior going way back. There was one exception. It was 21 years ago, the year before we were born. That year, the club's ghost stories did summon something. I wonder, is Azura's mother involved in that? Last name of the club president of the time was Hyde. We'll call her that. Is that her maiden name? I managed to contact her and get her to agree on an interview. I met Hyde, who seemed kind of anxious and washed out. Wait, that sounds extremely familiar. No way, is that really Azura's mom? Before she spoke, she stared at his face for a while, and only then did she begin to tell a story of what happened that year. It was the evening of April 3rd, 21 years ago. Hyde had taken a nap at home so she would be ready to stay up for the gathering. She had a strange dream. In it, a club member's throat was slit open. There was another member, Need, in the dream. Need sat straddled over a victim, her long fingernails stained a bloody red. Hyde jolted awake and rushed to call the two who had been in her dream. Except her phone had no reception. She had no choice but to head to the clubroom as originally planned. And let's go back to 21 years. Back to that fateful day in the Occult clubroom. Did I keep you waiting? Hyde, you came. Oh, Need, it's you. Need was the one who had slit the other member's throat in the dream. Her nails were painted a dark scarlet as if her fingertips were stained with blood, which frightened Hyde a little. Her last name, Need, was quite unusual, so that's what the others call her. Our first storyteller is yet to arrive. I hope nothing's the matter. Wait. What if Need is actually Azura's mother, biological mother, and Hyde adopted her? I don't know. Let's wait 10 more minutes. If she's not here by then, we'll get started on the failed stories of our. Hyde was not usually the type to take nightmares seriously. A month ago, however, an incident had occurred between Need and the member who was murdered in a dream. Hyde couldn't shake her odd feeling of dread. Now we go back 1 more month. Only 1 month left until the night of the failed stories. True. Need had yet to join the Occult Club back then, so the club had just 2 members, Hyde and a girl named Carmen Prince. Carmen was considered and charming, like a princely girl straight out of a manga, so of course all the girls call her Prince. Oh, another thing, she was the one who got her throat slit by Need in the dream. Alas, we need at least 3 storytellers for the gathering, but we're 1 short. Why not invite Romeo to join our club? Already did, he's not interested. I see, then those flyers you hand out are our only hope. It was then that a third very shy voice spoke up from the entrance. Excuse me, is there someone here with the last name Prince? Prince and Hyde turned around to find a girl with a flyer clutched in her hand. She wore an airy skirt and had long, shapely fingernails. This, as you might have guessed, was Need. It's you! Prince stepped forward and took Need's hands in hers. You actually came. Eep! Did you get your nails done? Very nice. Thank you, you have lovely nails as well. Need's face was bright red. Another day, a girl falls for Prince. Need was quite an introvert. Being in the presence of 2 others, Prince and Hyde, was already well out of her comfort zone. Noticing Need's unease, Prince suggested that the 3 of them do research together to get ready for the failed stories. She then taught Need how to write out chilling ghost stories. Prince also went out of her way to chat with Need, so that she would sell into the Occult Club faster. Thank you, Prince. Oh, it's nothing really. No, it's not. It's something for me. Huh? What do you mean? People usually forget about me in my department, no matter what event they're organizing. I always feel like an outcast. I see. Joining this club was a big step for me. I've been able to do so many new things in the Occult Club, researching urban legends, collecting local folklore. I've never felt such a sense of accomplishment. But most of all, I gotta be friends with you, Cough, and Hyde. The Occult Club is where I belong now. Prince was touched. She took Need's hands and pulled her in, their eyes locked, closer than ever. Need. Prince. Thank you for joining our club. That's so great to hear. Oh, honestly, why are you like this? Later, Prince told Hyde of the little exchange, and Hyde couldn't help but call out Prince's behavior in her mind. You oblivious flirt, you've got to stop giving girls the wrong idea. One day, Prince bought some matching chokers and brought them into the club. She chose the red one for herself and put it on. She didn't give a green one to Hyde. Ooh, you really know how to pick a gift. Hyde took it and tried to put it on herself, but she just couldn't manage it. Let me help you. Is it really tight? But at just that moment. Hyde, Prince, Hyde. Need to enter the room and witness the scene. Prince was swinging the choker on Hyde. Oh, Need perfect timing. How do these matching chokers look? What, are you two in a relationship? What kind of relationship? All this time I've been in the way. Oh no! No, Need, listen to me! The misunderstanding was eventually cleared up, and there was even a third matching choker, a blue one, that was meant for Need. Still, she couldn't shake her distress. Witnessing that moment had been a painful reminder of how she was always an outcast. Need took a chair and sat facing a wall in the clubroom without uttering a word. Need, I'm sorry, I should have taken the blue choker out sooner. I didn't mean to make you think you were forgotten again. Prince. Need finally spoke, but she didn't turn her head and kept her back to Prince and Hyde. You're my best friend, my first friend, and even my... Sorry, what did you say at the end? Prince didn't catch it, but Hyde heard it clearly. Need had said, my first love. But for you, I'm nothing more than one of your many friends. Friend zoning! I just can't deal with that somehow. I'm so needy, huh? Need, even if you feel that way, you hardly ever make any demands. I wouldn't call you needy at all. I get it, I'm the one only for you, but you assume I don't value you quite as much. You don't really think that's fair. It's not right. Huh? Need turned her head, and she saw how sincere Prince looked. Need, it's true that I do have many friends, but you're the one only need out of them. No one can replace you. Isn't that enough? You're such a smooth talker, but I still like you. Prince removed the red choker from her neck and picked up the blue one from the desk. She held them both out to Need. Which do you prefer, blue choker or red choker? The blue one. The blue one, it does match your first name. I'll put it on for you. This was just the kind of validation Need needed to ease her insecurity. Then Hyde took a photo as a memento. Need also took out a gift to give to Prince. We'll be doing the fail story soon. This is a talisman I got. I hear it only works once, but it's supposed to be very effective. Thank you. Keep it with me. A talisman? This is the same one that Azura has? This interaction made Hyde realize that Need was even more dependent on Prince than she thought. Hyde began to worry, for she knew there was a ticking bomb still waiting to explode. A few days went by, and it was 2 days before the final fatal stories. Need, Hyde, I have a big favor to ask of you. Of course, how can I help? Will you be my bridesmaids? What? Oh dear. The bomb has been detonated. What? I have a fiancé, Romeo. We're getting married soon. Uh-oh. Oh, fiancé married? Huh. Actually, there's an unplanned baby on the way, which is why the wedding is so sudden. Once I get married, I want to focus on my family. We'll be done with the failed stories anyway, so I'm planning on quitting the club. Oh, baby, you're quitting the club? Before I tell you now, I want to make memories to last me a lifetime with you too, my BFFs. That's why I want you two to be my bridesmaids. Well, oh no, Need turned and staggered away. Huh? Where are you going? In 2 days, it'll be time for the failed stories. I'll prepare. The most frightening ghost story ever. Oh no! Now we return to David Garring in the club room. Wait. Maybe Azura is actually Prince's daughter? I don't know anymore. Now you see why Hyde was so barred by her dream, in which Need murdered Prince. Time passed and Prince still didn't arrive, so they had to start without her. Need told the story of the nightmare Dabsug, and Hyde was finishing up her story. That concludes the story of the Red Cloak. What an interesting phantom. He could just kill the person, but instead he first asked which cloak do you want, red or blue. That's what makes him memorable. True, he must be afraid of being forgotten. Just like me. It was 3 o'clock. Hyde tried to call Prince again, but she still had no reception. Hyde had no choice but to end the gathering, but just as she was about to do so, the door to the clubroom opened, and in came... Wheeze. I'm so sorry. For some reason my phone had no reception. Oh. Hyde breathed a sigh of relief. You're finally here. Romeo was supposed to pick me up and give me a ride to the school, but he kept me waiting. Huh? Oh no! Need, what have you done? Hyde gave Need a quick glance. In an instant, countless horrible assumptions flashed through her mind. Had Prince been delayed not because of something that happened to her but to her fiancé? So Prince, did Romeo arrive in the end? He did. Turns out his car broke down on the road and that's why he kept me waiting for so long. What? Did you sabotage his car? Ooh, that's all? At last, Hyde felt fully relieved. She had been worried for nothing. Then Prince told the first story. It was exactly 4 o'clock when she finished. No ghosts appeared, of course, so everyone went home. As soon as she got home, Hyde collapsed on her bed and fell into a deep sleep. She had never slept so soundly. But only a few hours later, she received a friendly call from Prince. Oh no! Have you seen the news? Hyde yawned. I mean, what news? Need. She hanged herself in her apartment. What? Hyde realized the unexpected news. Did they manage to resuscitate her? I don't know how to say this, but the police have determined that Need must have been dead for 2 days. But that's impossible. Then who came to fail stories? What was that? Legend has it that if 3 ghost stories are told at the gathering, a real ghost will appear and become the 4th story. And that year's gathering for failed stories, they did gather 4 failed stories. At first, Hyde was terrified, but when she went to Need's funeral a few days later, that feeling dissipated. She was the only friend who came to mourn Need, which was heartbreaking to see. Oh my. Hyde was convinced that the one that had come to fail stories must have been the ghost of Need. Perhaps Need had come to the gathering even after her suicide, not afraid to hurt anyone, but simply to tell ghost stories with the members one last time, before the Occult club she knew and loved was gone forever. Even now, Hyde sometimes wonders if she had paid more attention to Need back then. Perhaps this ghost story would have never happened. Never would have happened. If so, it would have just been another uneventful gathering like all the other years. Wiseman. Huh? You dreamed that I was murdered, didn't you? Are you telling me the club president had a dream about a member getting murdered right before or gathering for failed stories? Is this a thing? I just hope this year's failed stories will stay uneventful. Oh no. There is one detail that bothers me a bit. What is it? Why didn't the prince girl attend the funeral? Oh, I didn't mention why. Maybe Prince felt so guilty she didn't attend. Why? What's the matter? Nothing. It's just that Carmen Prince, she's... You know this person. It's 1 o'clock now. Let's take a break. Oh. You know, I kind of understand Need's feelings for Prince. Lily looked at Sally with passion in her gaze. Ah. I see, so that's how I feel about Sally. The Occult Club 21 years ago was just as short of members as it is today. Review Duke Zo's interpretation of dreams for reviews. Stream test Mad Mother the horror RPG masterpiece 158 views. Oh, I guess game streams get more views than reviewing literature. You know how we've tested streaming a couple times? Maybe we could plan something like a live ghost story event so people can get to know the Occult Club. Maybe we could attract new members. Imaginary friend. A friend that a child creates in their mind to play with or talk to. The friend may be in the form of a human, animal, or a creature. It's just what my story is about. Break time is over. Now it's my turn. I can't wait to hear it. Story-free imaginary friend. Before we get started, let me ask you a question. Did either of you have an imaginary friend as a child? Imaginary friend? I did. He was a little unicorn who chatted and played with me. Until when? Well, I think it lasted until I started elementary school, then he disappeared. Yes, that's quite typical. Is that unicorn gonna show up and become the final boss? What about you, Sally? I don't have an imaginary friend. But my sister made me a doll when we were younger, and I talked to it all the time. That's pretty much an imaginary friend. Anyway, I only asked because the story I'm going to tell is about an imaginary friend. This is something I heard from a friend, a girl in my class back in elementary school. To protect her privacy, I'll call her A. When A was a child, she also had an imaginary friend, a big sister. Some say that children create imaginary friends to ease their loneliness. It was true that A was an only child, and for a time in her childhood she had been very lonely. Luckily, when she had her big sister, she had someone there every night to tell her bedtime stories. Our story starts one day when A was only 11 years old. She reluctantly said goodbye to her friends and got into her father's car. Ellipses. A, I know you're angry with us. A's father glanced at his wife in the passenger seat. She looked distraught and extremely careworn. But her mom needs to recuperate, so we really do have to move to the countryside. Wait, what? Azura is A. I know. And so the family moved to HILLPOLLY, and they transferred in an elementary school there. Hi everyone, my name is A. I moved here from Lyserie. There was a girl in the class, let's call her Beatrice, staring curiously at A. What kind of things are you into? Oh, ghost stories, I guess. Huh. At first, her classmates were somewhat curious about A. But A had transferred in the second semester, and since everyone had already formed their own groups, they soon lost interest in her. After school that day, A saw Beatrice chatting with a boy in their class. Let's see, we'll call the boy Celio. Hi, what are you two talking about? About the HILLPOLLY ghost story. Cannibal boy. Oh no! A was instantly intrigued. It said he'd steal away on Mount Candy House. Don't tell her that. Do you want her to get cursed? What? Hey, I don't mean to exclude you or anything. But I swear you don't want to hear this ghost story, especially not an outsider like you. Or else the ghost will really come and find you. Okay? Feeling left out, A went home in a bad mood. On the way, she passed by a dark alley where she encountered a stray dog barking at her, which made her mood even worse. If we hadn't moved, none of this would have happened. A began to miss her friends in Lyserie. It's all Mom's fault. She took me away from everyone. But your mom needs to recuperate, so we really do have to move to the countryside. Is her mom Hyde? Yeah, of course I know. Just then, A saw her mother looking dazed at the dining table, unaware that A had come home. Humph. A averted her eyes and headed into the study. In the study were some books of ghost stories, including titles such as Carmilla, The Tale of Tamamizu, Strange Tales from a Chinese Studio, and more. Whenever A was in a bad mood, she would go there to find a book to read. This time, a journal with a tarot cover caught her eye. As she flipped through, she saw what was a record of many ghost stories. But as A read on, she grew drowsy and eventually fell asleep. She dreamed of an indistinct figure, a woman, slumped on the ground with her head down, hugging the journal to her chest. Don't tell me her imaginary friend is Nia. Hello, miss, who are you? The woman lifted her head. Who am I? I'm not sure myself. The woman's face was pale and she looked weak. Do you remember your name? My name is A. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's it. What? Me too. Oh my, what coincidence. The woman perked up a bit. But won't we get mixed up? I'll call you A. You can call me whatever you want. Oh. I'll call you Bugfragged. It's the name of a protagonist in a storybook. Isn't it a good name? Yes, that'll do nicely. The woman seemed to like the name. Bugfrag, do you like ghost stories too? A pointed at the journal in Bugfrag's arms. I love them. Then will you maybe be my friend? Sure, as long as you promise me one thing. Keep it a secret from your mom and dad. Bugfrag told her pinky to A. She had such long, beautiful fingernails that A couldn't help but extend her hand. Wait, maybe I'm the killer this time. Oh no! I'm actually the serial killer choking everyone. No! I'm sorry, everyone. But that's just the way things are in this story. Huh? But Ace Pinky went right through Bugfrags. I can't touch you. We can't make a pinky swear like that. That's okay. It's still a promise. From now on, we are each other's one only friend. Oh no. I might have become Yandere. That night, A had another dream about Bugfrag. Bugfrag, can you tell me a bedtime story? What? But you're asleep. Why do you need a bedtime story? Please, I won't ask for anything else. Mom never tells me any. She just stares blankly and gets anxious all the time. She has no idea what I want. If it's the one thing you want, then I suppose I have no choice. Every night after that, Bugfrag told A stories in her dreams, especially the kind A loved best. Ghost stories. For the first time since she moved to HILLPOLLY, A actually had something to look forward to in her day. But if it were me, the actual Bugfrag, I'd probably just make her play a bunch of weird JRPGs. Eventually, A started to think, this is what it must feel like to have a big sister. But... A! Why are you dozing off? You have to go to school soon. Ah. What time did you go to bed last night? 9 o'clock, of course, like always. And why are you so tired? How am I supposed to know? Don't use that tone of voice with me. During this time, A became increasingly listless and impatient, which led to more friction over murder. Bug fragged? What? What the? No! Oh no! I really am choker. Do you always wear a choker? You just noticed. Well, I couldn't see you clearly before. And it's only 9 o'clock. Why are you here already? Don't you have to wait until I'm dreaming? Never mind such little details. In contrast to A, Bugcrack's complexion seemed buried by a day. Oh no, am I draining her stamina or something? What? What story do you want to hear tonight? The one about Dab Sog. I think I already told it that one. Then the Red Cloak or 100 Tales. We've done those as well. They're so interesting. Especially 100 Tales. I want to have a ghost story gathering like that someday. And when I do, promise me you'll join. I could do that, but we'll have to prepare. Ghost stories first. A few days later, Bugcrack followed A into the study. Originally, she could only move around A's room, but now she could go elsewhere. They did research together, and A tried to write a ghost story on her own. Geez, when I actually try to start writing, my mind goes blank. There's no rush. I once had someone teach me how to write. I could never write. You don't have to write a ghost story from scratch. Just combine some old stories and make some adjustments. I can only summarize, like in a wiki article, but not actually make anything from scratch. Really? Who was the someone who taught you? To be honest, I don't remember. So this is not actually Bugcracked, but need. But let's just try it out. Okay. You mean like combining the Red Cloak and Dab Sog? How? Maybe the Red Cloak could appear when you dream, like Dab Sog, and then choke you. In which part will you adjust? I fought for a while. A fought for a while, and her eyes wandered to Bugcrack's face and neck. I know. We'll change the fam to a female ghost and switch the question about the cloak to a choker. Aiden pretended to choke someone, imitating the Red Cloak in her mind. Which do you prefer, a blue choker or a red choker? You're the one who invented this story and created Need's villain origin story? Bugcrack suddenly froze as if struck by lightning. What's wrong? I remember who taught me. Suddenly there was a knock on the door. Hey, who are you talking to? Oh no! Keep a secret from your mom and dad. Just talking to myself. You talk to yourself a lot these days. What's going on? Oh no. A took a quick look at Bugcrack, but Bugcrack was gone. A was suddenly annoyed that her mother had interrupted her happy writing time. None of your business, why can't you leave me alone? Again with that attitude. At that moment, another person's voice came through the door. Honey, it's probably just an imaginary friend. Lots of kids have one, it's normal. Are you sure? Thanks to her dad, A's friction over murder didn't escalate any further. Who's the dad? But now she had come up with her first story. Something stirred in the depths of A's heart. I want more people to know about my female ghost story. If you answer blue, the female ghost will choke you to death. If you answer red, she'll slit your throat with her sharp fingernails. Then you die either way. Whoa, that's terrifying. Ooh, I was worried it wouldn't be scary enough. Oh yeah, it's not as terrifying as the cannibal boy, though. What's the story of the cannibal boy? Can you tell me? Oh, but... Oh, come on, tell her. It can just tell someone else to disperse the curse, right? Ah, fine. The cannibal boy is a horrible, evil spirit that eats humans. Rumor has it, he comes at night to tap on your window. If you're ever stupid enough to open the window, he'll lop your head off and eat up your body. That's pretty cool. Afterwards, Beatrice took A to some classmates that she could tell the story of the cannibal boy and disperse the curse. Even better, A finally felt a connection with her classmates, and it was all thanks to the ghost stories. After school, Celio even invited A to walk together on the way home. I chatted to a lot of my classmates today, I'm so happy. Too bad that stray dog barked at me again when I passed by a dark alley. What if that dog's trying to warn you of something? What if the dog's actually secretly the hero of the story? Luckily, Celio was there and chased the dog away. This is the first time I feel like moving here wasn't so bad after all. Bugcrack, thank you for teaching me how to put together ghost stories and helping me make friends. Make friends? Then what about me? What am I to you? You really are need. Huh? They're just casual friends. You're so much more. My best friend ever. Honestly, you two are so alike. Huh? How hard could it be to get rid of the dog? You don't need new friends. Oh no. A saw Bugcrack's eyes flash with jealousy. But that soon became the least of her concerns. Because the next morning... But why would Need be haunting this family instead of Prince's family? Huh. Eh? Hey. Huh? You're sleeping on the sofa. Couldn't bar going back to the bathroom sneaking out last night, What? But Ow. A felt sharp pain in her palm. She took a close look. Wait, how'd my nails get so long? You've been possessed. Possessed by Need's ghost. It appears she had stabbed her own nails into her hand. You haven't answered my question. Are you even listening? I know you've been staying up late recently, talking to yourself in your room instead of going to bed. And now you're sneaking out in the middle of the night. What do you mean sneaking out? That's why you're sleeping here. No excuses. Tell me, where on earth have you been? Yeah, like there's anywhere worth sneaking out for in this hellhole of a town. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't have my life ruined like this. Say it again. I'll say it as many times as you want. It's all because of your stupid illness I had to move to the middle of nowhere and leave my friends behind in Lyserie. How can you talk to your mother like that? You never used to be like this. You've changed ever since you started spending your nights talking to yourself. It's not to myself. She's a new friend. Stop being so nosy. New friend? What kind of creepy new friend is she? One that you already know. That was the last straw for A. Ignoring her mother calling after her, she bolted out of the house and ran to school in a rage. The school day went by much too quickly. A stayed behind her desk, staring at her long fingernails. She was confused as to why she was sleepwalking and was still angry with her mother. Boo! Ack! A whipped around, but it was only Beatrice and Celio. What was that for? ABC, I noticed. That's how their names are arranged. You're free tonight, aren't you? We're gonna go up to the mountain where Cannibal Boy's sealed. A test of courage, you know. Your house is on the way. You in? Well, I know Cannibal Boy won't canonically be unsealed until Marty gets there, but this is still kind of scary. I'm super prepared, too. I got a few amulets ready. I'm just not in the mood today. Sorry, I want to go home early. Huh? Oh, wait, do you have a curfew? Oh, you have a curfew. So you're a mama's girl, huh? Just having argued with her mother for that morning, mama's girl felt particularly offensive. I am not. Oh yeah, bet you are. Or maybe you're too much of a wimp. For all you say about living ghost stories, when you might meet an actual ghost, you're scared silly. Pretty pathetic. Oh hey, Celio, don't take it too far. A could put with being called a mama's girl, but being accused of having fear of ghosts crossed the line. A started Celio's throat and suddenly felt the urge to choke him. What am I thinking? After a moment, A shook up the urge. Are you two done? She averted her eyes and walked away. Whoa, hey. What's her problem? On the way home, A came in the dark alley she had always had to pass by. Stupid dog, you better not mess with me today. Perhaps the stray dog sensed A's anger for it was nowhere to be seen. Probably already dead. Hey, Bugfragged. Uh-huh. Today sucked. It started with my mom acting all hysterical, and then my classmates were so annoying I couldn't stand it. What did I do to deserve this? Really? That's horrible. Bugfrag took A's hands in hers. You see, I'm the only one who's on your side, no matter what. Huh? Since when can you touch me? Bugfrag, are you really an imaginary friend, or... To be honest, I'm not sure why I am either. But it's starting to come back to me. You look a lot like someone I once knew. Someone I love very much, but she would never be mine. Prince? Bugfrag entwined her fingers with A's and pulled them up for a look. She also has such beautiful fingernails. The first time I saw them, I always wanted to collect them. Almost wanted to collect them. Fingernails? Bugfrag suddenly put her face up against A's, so close that their noses were almost touching. Save your fingernails for me, won't you? A's heart skipped a beat. Okay. Just then. Hey, who are you talking to now? Open the door this instant. Honey, I told you it's just an imaginary friend. Who still has an imaginary friend when they're in 5th grade? It's something more sinister. I just know it. A ghost. Hey, if you don't open the door, I'm going to force it open. Oh, she's gone hysterical again. A glanced over at Bugfrag, but Bugfrag was gone, just like last time. Why does my stupid mom keep bothering us? In an instant, A's discontent over murder exploded. Remember this morning you accused me of sneaking out when I totally didn't? Well, now I really will, just like you said. A opened the window of her room and sprang outside. What with the Cannibal Boys outside? She walked aimlessly, and before she knew it, she was in the dark alley. And she finds the dog's corpse, right? The night wind cooled her head down a little, but she was still angry. Hey, how Bugfragged? You can appear outside of home now. Only because I was so worried about you. Are you alright? No, my mom doesn't understand me at all. Do you hate her? I do. It's all her fault I had to move this hellhole. Do you also hate this town? Of course I do. All my classmates treat me like I'm an outsider. Really? I hate that too, more than anything. You're the only one who understands. Everyone else. I wish they'd just die. Oh no! Hey, you're my one and only friend, so let me grant you that wish. Oh no! Huh? A suddenly smelled blood in the air. She nervously turned toward the source of the stench. At the far end of the alley was a dog. It was the stray dog that always barked and snarled whenever A passed by. I knew it was dead. Now it lay with its throat slit open in a pool of congealed blood, its horrible lifeless eyes peering back like bottomless pits. Ah! A turned and ran. As she ran the alley, an earlier conversation flashed through her mind. How hard could it be to get rid of the dog? You don't need new friends. No, she couldn't have. A turned to see where Bugcrack was. Ow! She slammed into something and looked to see what it was. It was Celio, and Beatrice was standing behind him. What are you doing here? You too. Oh, I see. You came round and decided to come up the mountain with us after all. You're playing with fire when you're with that cannibal boy. Hey, I'm really sorry about this afternoon. I didn't mean to actually make fun of you. Yeah, I'm sorry too. We just wanted to rile you up so you'd come along. We didn't mean all those nasty things. We're still buddies, right? Make friends. And what about me? What am I to you? I'm sorry, now's not the time. You have to run. What? It was too late. Suddenly, all three felt someone's eyes on them. The gaze was piercing, as if someone had been staring at them for a long time. Bugcrack suddenly appeared behind A and glided slowly toward her. What? What's that? A, so these must be your new friends. She raised her arms and let her fingers dance, making A lurch toward Celio like a marionette. As A moved forward, she noticed her fingertips itching. She realized that her fingernails were growing visibly longer and sharper. No, no! Bugcrack's hands danced some more, making A reach out towards Celio. Which do you prefer? A blue choker or a red choker? The first victims. Bugcrack, no! Arg! But just then, a stone flew at Miss Choker's face. Although the stone passed through Miss Choker, reflex made her close her eyes. The stone had been thrown by Beatrice. Get free and lost, you monster! Did you just call me a monster? Celio seized the opportunity to pull out an amulet and wheel it at Miss Choker. Take that! Ah, my eyes! A Nazar? Miss Choker staggered back. What? Why? That's supposed to work against evil. So why should it work on me? Because you're a monster. Can you tell that yourself, huh? Celio rushed over and pulled A away. Get away from our buddy. I'm A's real friend, her one and only friend. Not a monster. Miss Choker lunged at Celio, ready to strike with her sharp nails. Oh no! Celio! Just as Miss Choker was about to attack. Stop! A loud shout came from behind A and yours. What? Why are you here? It's Hyde? Turning around, A saw someone unexpected. Wheeze. No, it's Prince! Mom? Is that you, A? Is it really you? Wait, what? I guess I got... Shoot, so... I get maybe Hyde was a red herring. Because Hyde's demeanor seems similar. A's mother wasn't talking to A, but to... Miss Choker. But your voice, it's so hoarse, I couldn't even tell it was you. After you died, I never stopped blaming myself. The two of them looked at each other in silence for a while. A's mother covered her face and burst into tears. It was all my fault for not realizing how he felt, and you died because of it. Spare my daughter, please. If you want to kill someone, kill me. Mom, what are you talking about? Yeah, why should you give your life up to a ghost? I still have more amulets. We can take her down. The three children formed a semicircle, protecting the careworn woman. They glared at Miss Choker like she was a monster. Why are you all acting like that? As if I'm the one who's evil. I always feel like an outcast. The Occult Club is where I belong now. Once I get married, I want to focus on my family. We'll be done with the failed stories anyway, so I'm planning on quitting the club. You and your daughter are the ones who betrayed me first. I just don't want to be alone anymore. Then how does Hyde fit into all this? She's gone. Are we safe now? I guess Hyde also became traumatized by the events and also became careworn in terms of demeanor. I see. Irk. Hey! When A woke up, it was already the afternoon of the next day. Her mother had called the school to report her sick. Do you first dream about her after reading this? A's mother held a book. It was the journal of the Occult Club. Yeah, I thought so. A's mother withdrew a photo from its pages. It's her. Her name was A. She was a dear friend of mine, but she committed suicide. And you're named after her. What? So that you weren't really maybe Need's the last name, I don't know. A's mother wanted to burn a photo, but couldn't bring herself to do it. In the end, she put the photo in a box, wrapped it up, and stuffed it deep in the master bedroom closet. And with that, A's imaginary friend finally disappeared. From then on, A could only remember nothing about could remember nothing about the error A. But why? Which do you prefer, blue choker or red choker? Bugfrag, no! Lily, you once said that if you give an irrelevant answer, your spirit would be taken away. Maybe the reason A lost her memory was because a part of her spirit was taken away. After all, where Bugfrag was a ghost or imaginary friend, she was still an important part of A's childhood. Losing Bugfrag meant that A's childhood would be missing a piece forever. That ends the story of my classmate A. So, the story of Miss Choker going around recently was originally a ghost that possessed Miss A. I just realized that as I was telling the story. That photo at the end, could she have been sealed in it for the past decade or so? Sealed in the photo? Wait a minute, that's another Jojo reference. Perhaps someone broke the seal somehow and she reappeared. That's probably what happened. Wait, Wiseman, did this really happen to A? Yes, why? According to the story, A had 2 friends in her class, Beatrice and Celio. If you were in the same class as A, could that mean you're Beatrice? But that doesn't make sense. Only A and the ghost knew what they did when they were together. And the day after the ghost went out of control, A forgot everything about the ghost. She couldn't have told Beatrice about the details. Sally's right. Wiseman, who really told you the story? Sally and Lily suddenly felt someone's eyes on them. Wiseman? If you're not Beatrice... Legend has it that if 3 ghost stories are told to Gary, a real ghost will appear and become the 4th story. Who are you? Oh no! I guess I'm gonna have to chase my friends through a bunch of hallways and stuff. Story 4, Blood Lily Ghost Stories. Come and think of it, I found something in Mom and Dad's closet while I was cleaning out their room the other week. A photo of 2 college girls. What? This story came to mind when I saw that photo. I couldn't remember whose story it was, but I felt like I had to tell it. I surprised myself that I knew so many details. But that must mean... My name is Azura. Yes, I think it's Azura. What? Me too. I must be A. If you're A, then... Bugfrag's seal has been broken, and now... It's 4 o'clock. Eek! No wonder. It felt like someone had been watching us since the first story. That was because someone had been the whole time. As Sally said this, the 3 of them turned together to look in the same direction. Oh no, it's a viewer, actually. Is that you? You had been right there from the very beginning. The person playing the very game. They finally realized the 4th storyteller of the failed stories was beyond the 4th wall. Had been here from the beginning. You! You're the nightmare on Lilium Street, Miss Choker, and Wiseman's imaginary friend Bugfrag. Or should we call you... Azura Need. Yeah, that was the last name, actually. Need was actually the last name. It's my turn to tell a story. 20 years ago, Azura Need despaired over unrequited love for Carmen Prince. She then hanged herself and became a ghost possessing the photo. Years passed, and she met Carmen Prince's 11-year-old daughter, Azura Wiseman. They became friends and made a promise to hold a ghost story gathering someday. After that, it happened just like in the stories you told. So you're responsible for terrorizing the girls in this area with nightmares. You even choked to see it close to death. Why do you do that? Let me ask you a question. When does a dead spirit like me die? When I resolve unfinished business, when I get exorcised? The answer is, of course, it's neither. I die when I'm forgotten. Even well-known ghost stories like Dabsog and the Red Cloak will fade and disappear altogether once they are forgotten. And I hate being forgotten, more than anything. Besides, I hadn't kept my promise to join Azura's gathering for failed stories, and I had yet to prepare the scariest ghost story ever. Until then, I wanted to stay fresh in people's memories. If it meant I could do that, I was glad to become a new ghost story. Miss Choker. Bugfrag. Azura, I kept my promise. Why didn't you keep yours and treat me as your one and only? Wait, listen to me. Sally and Lily, there. But none of that matters now. Huh? What matters is that the real ghost has already appeared, and the 4th ghost story is about to happen. Urk! Sally! I can't move, so dizzy. But we know that 2 of you are supposed to canonically survive, so what happens to Azura? Just like that nightmare from before. My fingertips, they itch. Are Wiseman's fingernails growing longer? What? Wiseman. My body's walking towards Sally on its own. Let's start with you, Sally. Which do you prefer? A blue choker or a red choker? There's no point in staying silent. You already answered in your dream. You want a blue choker. I manipulated Azura as I had done before, making her reach out and choke Sally, her long fingernails digging into the neck. And now the narrator is Miss Choker. No! Stop it, Bugfrag. Get Get off me! Oof! She pushes her away. How did she manage to resist? Using the power of shadow. Heck, cough, cough, cough. Sally, are you alright? Don't mind me. Grab the statue on the table. This is a sentence statue that wards off evil. Apparently there's something useful inside in case something bad happens. Yes. A sentence statue. You think you can ward me off of that sorry thing? Here goes. Why are you ripping it open? What? Wait, that's... This is a talisman I got. I hear it only works once, but it's supposed to be very effective. It is, the one I gave Prince. This was her murder's last resort, to protect Wiseman. Lily. Huh? Use the talisman. There's no other choice, though. Use talisman on Miss Choker. Use that talisman on her. On it. Miss Choker, this is what you get. Oh, my eyes. Talisman was so much stronger than Celio's amulet. My eyes ached and burned, as if on fire. The fire spread across my face, then to my torso and limbs. Ah, my beloved prince. You really did hold on to my token of affection all this time. But why did you give it to your daughter to use against me? Is my love doomed to be unrequited? Never to be returned by you or your daughter? Burnt by the fire. My spirit began to disintegrate. Is this death? But at least now, Azura will belong to me alone forever. Wait, what? Wiseman! No! Why is Wiseman suffering too? No! So that's why you don't show up in later installments. No, could be. A few days pass by. Wiseman has been in the hospital for several days and still hasn't woken up. But the doctor says everything is normal with her body, and they can't find anything wrong. When Wiseman was a child, she was once possessed by Miss Choker. They managed to repel Miss Choker then, but it also cost Wiseman her memory. Could it be that when we exorcised Miss Choker, she also took Wiseman's spirit with her? I'm afraid that you may be right. But what were we supposed to do? Was there really a way to get rid of Miss Choker without affecting Wiseman? Actually, I have other concerns right now, too. Cannibal Boy is a horrible, evil spirit that eats humans. Rumor has it, he comes at night to tap on your window. Every night lately, someone comes to tap on the window of my room. I know I shouldn't open it, but my body is becoming less and less obedient, so I want to open the window. Oh no, is this happening? When's this happening? Before or after a hospital incident? Sally, is there something else in your mind? Oh no. What if this is before? What if Azura got attacked during the hospital incident and died? Did I get cursed for indirectly hearing the story of the cannibal boy at the gathering for failed stories? If I tell Lily too much, I'll drag her into my mess. Oh no! Thanks, but this is for me to deal with. Sally. Will she really be alright? How could I have known that from that day on I would completely lose contact with Sally? Little did I know that what awaited us would be a nightmare even more deadly than Miss Choker. NTR? Wait, now we're getting the trailer for Cannibal Boy. True Cannibal Boy. Yup, it all leads to NTR. True Cannibal Boy. But wait, weren't there 3 endings? Am I missing something? The bad ending, the curse gets passed on. Wait, but that's Kanan. That's the Kanan ending, right? An option has been added to the 4th story. I see, it must have... I see that this must have... the option is probably reading from a global file that tells it if it can display that option at all. But... if I say don't do that, but that's not... that ending... this ending won't be Kanan. Usually you show the Kanan ending last, right? Unless it's at least another split timeline. Don't do that. What? That's the talisman she got from my mom to protect her beloved prince. It would be too cruel to turn that against her. Lily, put the talisman back on the table, slowly. Alright. What's up with you all? Don't you realize what you're up against? Why are you worried about me? I'm going to make you a murderer. Then your murdered Carbon Prince can have a taste of what it's like to lose someone beloved. You. Sally. Wiseman. It's okay, it really is okay. It's true that she's hurting people, but she's also seeking help. What? Perhaps Need had come to the gathering even after her suicide, not afraid to hurt anyone, but simply to tell ghost stories with the members one last time, before a Occult club she knew and loved was gone forever. Miss Choker, no, I mean Need. If you really wanted to get back at Carbon Prince, you could have just killed her daughter much earlier. But you didn't. Instead, you possessed a little Wiseman and told her stories every night. You didn't need revenge, you just needed to find somewhere to belong again and connect with people through stories, isn't that right? Why don't you try communicating what you need instead of hurting yourself and others in the process? Don't talk as if you know me. I understand. Huh? I can understand how there are some things that just cannot be said. Like the way you love Prince, but were afraid to confess it for fear of compromising your friendship. You repressed your love for Prince, thinking that as long as you kept quiet, you could at least be your friend. When in the end, she got with someone else and was about to leave. If it were me, I might also become an evil spirit after death. Wow! And perhaps even choose revenge. We still haven't gotten to your revenge arc, by the way. Bugfrag, listen to me. I finally know why I felt so compelled to tell you our story, even though my memory was gone. It's because deep down inside. What if you... Wait, I just realized. What if you had named... what if you had named this Miss Choker Azura right from the start instead of using your own name? I never forgot. My mom, Carmen Prince, was the same. She never forgot you. Otherwise, she wouldn't have kept your talisman all these years. She never forgot me. And you're named after her. That's all I wanted. Not to be forgotten. And I did have somewhere I belonged. She then taught Need how to write out chilling ghost stories. Prince also went out of her way to chat with Need, so that she would sell into the Occult club faster. There's no rush. I once had someone teach me how to write. How did I end up like this? Sir, my daughter, please. If you want to kill someone, kill me. Where did I go wrong? How did I become such a monster? Azura leaned forward and wrapped her arms around me. I don't want to judge where you went wrong. I just want to say, you're not a monster. If I were protecting us of the story, then you, Bugfrag, would be the narrator who completes it. Hoomp, you have some nerve. You never treated me like your one and only, not ever. But you're the one and only who made bedtime fun and taught me how to write ghost stories. How are you not my one and only? Isn't that enough? You're such a smooth talker. You and your mother, I suppose I have no choice. Have you calmed down? I have. I apologize for choking you earlier. It's nothing. I've been through worse. This is a surprisingly happy ending. What's the twist? What? Huh? Never mind about me. Let's discuss what to do about Need first. You said it for a spirit. Being forgotten is the equivalent of death. And the more people forget, the weaker you will become until you eventually disappear. Is that right? Yes. But she shouldn't go on giving people nightmares or asking scary questions in dark alleys like she's done so far. Seeking attention by hurting others will just lead to the same mistakes. She wants to connect with people without hurting anyone. Well, that's easy. She once found a place to belong in this occult club, after all. All she has to do is recreate that. The fourth member... Azura, what do you mean? A month passed. Let me guess, you got her a school uniform or something, so as not to worry Prince. We decided not to tell her that I was possessing Azura again. I stayed dormant during the day, but every night I read and write stories of Azura, and also send messages to Sally and Lily. I became a member of the occult club. A ghost member, literally. I can no longer seek attention as Miss Choker, but as Azura said, I found a place to belong again. Maybe one day, I'll move on without any regrets. But until then, I'll enjoy my last bit of adolescence with this trio. Recently, Azura had been playing something. We are going to take turns with telling ghost stories to live on ghost stories live on the Lyserie Occult Club channel. Even me, but my name is the same as Azura's, so to differentiate, she uses her real name, and I use the name she gave me. Attention, please. I'm Bugfrag from the Occult Club. The story I'm going to be telling today is the good ending. Blood Lily Ghost Stories. A ghost becomes a streamer, huh? Okay, what's the twist? What's the twist here? Because I know that one's not canon. I know that one is definitely not a canon ending. Yeah, so negotiating with the ghosts would have created a better outcome for them. Perhaps they even would have survived the Cannibal Boy incident. But wait, what happens in the hospital? I guess Marty would have to fight through that without any of the luck boosts from Sally, any of the clovers. What does Nia think of all this? Sally, Nia said you should spread the story of Cannibal Boy. Are you going to follow her advice? I will, on the channel. Also encourage listeners to tell it to others to disperse the curse. I suppose that causes trouble for more people, but it's the only way to ensure safety. Yeah, if we really bet the Cannibal Boy, we wouldn't be able to handle him. What's wrong? What are you thinking about? We get along with Nia well enough now, but that night, she really did choke you. Why are we so quick to forgive her? Oh, well, because you're not exactly a saint yourself. Do you know how I said I had a sister? We were inseparable, but we had a falling out and never made up. In the end, all I have left is the doll she once made me. I couldn't stand seeing Azura and Nia suffer from a misunderstanding when they used to be like sisters. All I could think about at the time was how they could make up. I couldn't care less what Nia did to me. I see. I hope you and your sister can also reconcile someday. Yeah, one can hope. Excuse me a moment. Is this still going to lead into the other timeline? Lily took out her phone and saw it was Azura calling. Well, hello, Wiseman. Hi, Lily. I was wondering. Have you ever heard of Mount Amora? They say if someone invites their crush to a trip there, they'll get to be a couple. Oh, okay. Time to NTR Marty then. Yeah. Let's NTR him back. Yeah. Well, yes, I have, in fact, but why you ask? Well, Lily, I just happen to have 2 tickets for a trip there. Now they're yours. You should invite Sally to go with you. Wait, I don't... What? Huh? I don't understand what you mean. Do it. Change the timeline. Cause chaos. I'm sure Nia will adjust their plans, but still. Don't play dumb. You obviously have a crush on Sally. Eep. Alright, but at least let me pay for the tickets. No need. If this helps you get somewhere with Sally, you can treat me to lunch or something. This is going way too well. What's the twist? So Azura living was all it took to avert the bad timeline? What did the Wiseman want? Sally, will you be interested in going on a trip with me to Mount Amora? Sure, sounds fun. I was late and nervous, but little did I know. Just what waited us at Mount Amora. What? Oh no, Nia still planned a trap there, even though you escaped the timeline of True Cannibal Boy. You still fell into a new timeline that's still dangerous. Next. Huh? What's this music? You're the perpetrator. The guy who stood between the Yuri ship, he's dead. Wait, I reckon some of you look familiar. Blood Lily killers can't sink a Yuri ship. This is a new timeline. This is getting confusing. There's so many timelines now. You do CG and the character space in the gallery on the title screen. Thank you for playing. If you enjoyed this game, please leave a review on the Steam page. What? Okay, now we get a happier looking image here. But in a sense, there is no true ending. Just new timelines, huh? Is that what they're trying to tell us here? Yeah, that's a... Yeah, it's a new timeline entirely. Z-key variations. We never saw what some of these people actually look like. Yeah, Hyde, I guess, was a bit of a red herring, but she ended up having a similar careworn demeanor in the end, huh? I see. And this is Prince. Azura when she was younger. Imaginary friend. Need. Huh. Okay, rewatched some of my footage. I was actually wrong. This game actually is supposed to take place right before True Cannibal Boy. Probably right after My Girlfriend's Secrets. I think. It should be, because Lily said that after the bad ending, she never saw Sally again, which means that Sally must have been very shortly killed by the Cannibal Boy afterwards. Yeah, since she would have plenty of opportunities to meet if it was the previous time frame that I assumed it was. Yes, but Marty was never mentioned in this game, which is really weird. Is it possible that Marty will end up an antagonist in the Can't Sink a Yuri ship game? I'm not sure. still, why is there another timeline? Is it possible that Lily's evil spirit after True Campbell Boy somehow used Nia's time powers to create a new timeline? Maybe that's what's going on. Maybe I was always waiting for her revenge arc to happen, but it might already actually be happening. This might be her revenge arc. She's going to go mess with the timeline so that she wins and Marty loses, instead of just trying to kill him directly with like by showing up as a ghost and stabbing him. Because she knows that if she tried to fight directly as a ghost, she might end up running into Brucey and Jade. And that would probably not end very well for her. But if she were to go back in time and still be a human, she might be able to change her fate and win against Marty. At least that's what I think it is. I wouldn't know for sure. Yeah, a lot of, yeah, although Pavolia Rainey wanted this timeline, yeah, well, there's still, I am personally invested in Lily's revenge arc, but it's possible that this is Lily's revenge arc and we just don't know it yet. Yeah, that's my guess. She's just gonna mess with the timeline until she wins. Just like Sephiroth in the remake trilogy. Now, I don't know how accurate I am about my guess, though. Anyways, this is Blood Lily Ghost Stories. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and maybe try the game for yourself.